Welcome to AI ConvoCast, where we bring you the latest in AI and tech innovation. Quick housekeeping. Check out the affiliate links in our description. Using them supports the show, and please don't forget to rate, review, and share if you like what you hear. Let's jump right in. Today, we will be looking at Google bringing Agentic Gemini features to Pixel phones, OpenAI releasing GPT 5.3 Instant as the new default ChatGPT model, OpenAI exploring deployment on NATO unclassified networks, and Anthropic dealing with a major Claude outage driven by unprecedented demand. Let us start with Google, which just dropped its March 2026 Pixel drop, and this one is a big deal for anyone who wants their phone to actually do things for them, rather than just answer questions. The headline feature here is that Gemini can now complete tasks inside select apps on your behalf. We are talking about things like ordering groceries, booking rides, reordering your morning coffee. Gemini handles these tasks in the background while you stay in control. You can watch what it is doing and interrupt or end the task at any point. Mikkel Levin, Director of Product Management at Google Pixel, put it simply: let Gemini handle your busy work. The feature is currently in beta within the Gemini app and is rolling out to the Pixel 10 line, including the Pixel 10, 10 Pro, and 10 Pro XL. There is also mention of the Samsung S26 in some of the coverage. Google says the rollout will continue over the next several weeks, so not everyone will see it immediately. Beyond the Gemini task automation, the update also expands Circle to Search with multi-object recognition and shopping and try-on flows. But the real story here is the agentic capability. This is Gemini moving from being a chatbot that talks to you into something that acts on your behalf inside apps. The supervision controls are a smart design choice because it lets users build trust with the system gradually rather than just handing over the reins entirely. It is a genuinely exciting step forward for what a mobile assistant can be. OpenAI had a busy few days as well. On March 3rd, they rolled out GPT 5.3 Instant, which is now the default model powering ChatGPT. This is not one of those updates where the company drops a bunch of benchmark charts and calls it a day. Instead, OpenAI is framing this as a direct response to user feedback. The focus is on tone, relevance, and conversational flow. If you have ever had ChatGPT give you an overly cautious or slightly patronizing response, the kind where it almost seems to be telling you to calm down, that is exactly what this update targets. OpenAI said in their release notes, GPT 5.3 Instant directly reflects user feedback. They also acknowledged that the previous model, GPT 5.2 Instant, would sometimes refuse questions it should answer safely, so they have worked to reduce those unnecessary dead ends and caveats. From a developer standpoint, the model is available through the API under the name GPT 5.3 Chat Latest. If you are a paid user who prefers the older model, GPT 5.2 Instant will stick around for about 3 months, with a retirement date set for June 3, 2026. OpenAI also highlighted improvements to web-assisted answers, meaning when ChatGPT pulls information from the internet to help you, those results should be more accurate and useful now. The broader signal here is that OpenAI is increasingly focused on practical daily usability. Making the model feel more natural and less frustrating in normal conversation is the kind of improvement that matters to the millions of people using ChatGPT every day, even if it does not come with a flashy new capability. Staying with OpenAI, Reuters reported early on March 4th that the company is exploring a contract to deploy its AI on NATO unclassified networks. This is a notable expansion of OpenAI's relationship with defense institutions. The Wall Street Journal first reported the NATO consideration, and Reuters added important context, including a clarification that Sam Altman had misspoken about classified networks. This would specifically be for unclassified systems, not classified ones. This comes just days after OpenAI announced a separate deal to deploy on the Pentagon's classified network, so the NATO discussions represent a widening of that defense footprint to an international alliance level. Altman commented on the broader direction, saying, "I think this was a complex but right decision." OpenAI has been clear about setting boundaries. Their statement specifies that the systems shall not be intentionally used for domestic surveillance of U.S. persons or nationals. The Pentagon also affirmed that the AI services would not be used by intelligence agencies like the NSA. The distinction between classified and unclassified is important here. Unclassified networks handle a huge volume of routine, administrative, logistical, and communication tasks. Deploying AI tools on those networks could streamline a lot of operational work across the alliance without getting into the more sensitive territory of intelligence or surveillance. It is a careful, measured approach that shows OpenAI is trying to be useful in these contexts, while keeping guardrails firmly in place. Over the weekend, Anthropic had a rough stretch. On March 2nd, Claude experienced widespread disruptions that took down the consumer-facing side of things. Users trying to access claude.ai and the associated apps ran into login problems and service outages. TechCrunch reported that Claude code may also have been affected. The disruption peaked around 6:40 a.m. Eastern Time, according to down detector data cited by Bloomberg. The good news is that businesses integrating Claude through the API were reportedly unaffected, so enterprise customers with direct integrations kept running. Anthropic attributed the problems to what they called unprecedented demand over the past week. That is a double-edged situation. On one hand, unprecedented demand means Claude is seeing massive adoption and people clearly want to use it. On the other hand, it exposes the reliability challenges that come when teams and individuals are building real workflows around these tools. If your coding assistant or your research tool goes down during a workday, that is a real productivity hit. As TechCrunch noted, most users experienced the error when attempting to log in, which suggests the authentication layer bore the brunt of the load. The fact that API integrations stayed up while consumer surfaces went down points to different infrastructure handling those two channels, with the consumer side needing more scaling work. It is the kind of growing pain that comes with rapid adoption, and Anthropic will likely use this as a catalyst to shore up capacity for the next demand surge. Thank you for listening to AI ConvoCast. Please don't forget to rate, review, and share if you like what you hear. Thanks and hope to see you again next time.